What's going on, moviegoers? If you're new to the channel, my name is Christian. Welcome to SeaWorld Productions. My time to shine. Hello, a reliable inside scooper is coming out with some bangers, you guys. Some of these bangers we got to talk about because they're just too juicy not to. Apparently, Ryan Coogler has signed on to direct Black Panther 3. But not only that, Marvel Studios wants Ryan Coogler to direct their up-and-coming X-Men film within the MCU. And The Rock is apparently wanted to be Apocalypse in the MCU. We got to talk about these juicy topics, you guys. But not only that, we got a brand new announcement for a brand new Lord of the Rings film with Andy Serkis returning as Gollum. And he's also going to be directing the film as well. It's called The Hunt for Gollum. This is going to be interesting. I can't wait to talk about these topics. Now, let's talk about Ryan Coogler. Ryan Coogler has been a phenomenon. One of the best young, talented directors out there with, Fruitvale Stations and the Creed 1 and Black Panther Wakanda Forever, and his untitled vampire movie he's currently doing with Michael B. Jordan right now for Warner Brothers. He's extremely hot. And with this recent report of Ryan Coogler being signed on for Black Panther 3 is obviously a no-brainer. But if the reports of him being true that Marvel wants him to direct the X-Men film, I don't see how you can do Black Panther 3 and X-Men. I think it's either one or the other. And if I'm being honest with you guys, this is my honest opinion. This is my honest opinion. After experiencing X-Men 97, I think Ryan Coogler should take a step back from Black Panther. Produce Black Panther. Have another extraordinary director do Black Panther 3. While Ryan Coogler tackles the X-Men moving forward. The X-Men and Ryan Coogler's stylistic approach and his characters and his relatability, I feel like would be so extremely impactful for the X-Men moving forward. Bo DeMeo, whatever he did, you guys, his presence is felt with this first season of X-Men 97. And if they can rehire him and get him to write the live-action X-Men film and Ryan Coogler direct, my God, I think we would have something massive on our hands. Because honestly, the X-Men deal with so many political, social issues and commentaries of injustice and prejudice and racism, segregation. All of those elements can play massively, massively important to the X-Men live action in the MCU. There's so many, social commentary issues that they can touch on that could be really, really good. And Ryan Coogler could definitely handle those issues. So I'm really hoping that with my time to shine is, reporting this turns out to be true. And like I said, I am not overly hyped to see another Shuri-led Black Panther film. I'm not. I love Wakanda Forever, don't get me wrong. And I love what Ryan Coogler has done with the world building of Wakanda. I love all of those things. But I'd rather see him do a X-Men film. Now, if it was T'Challa back as Black Panther in a Black Panther 3, then by all means, sure. But that's not the case. We don't know what's happening with the character of Black Panther. We don't know if they're going to age up young T'Challa, T'Challa's son. We don't know what's happening with that. So, I'm being honest. I'd rather see him direct an X-Men film. That would be so damn good. Oh my God, you guys. Giancarlo Esposito was just saying that he's been casted in the MCU and that the announcement is coming sooner than later. I was like, can you imagine it's Professor X or something along those lines? I would lose my mind. But casting the X-Men would be extremely difficult. There are a lot of great fan castings out there. Ryan Coogler would be cooking with Storm. He would be cooking with Storm. Damn, I would love to see Storm and T'Challa in a relationship. Such a bummer. Why can't we recast, man? That's how you continue on Chadwick Boseman's legacy as T'Challa, man. It sucks. It really does suck. I really wish they would have recasted for the role of, T'Challa in the MCU. Because, there's so many more great stories they can tell. Honestly, there's so many more great stories. And I feel like if Ryan Coogler was going to introduce Storm in Wakanda and, in a Black Panther film, he would be cooking. And it would be absolutely phenomenal. But like I said, casting the X-Men moving forward in the MCU is going to be hard because the legacy X-Men characters and, Deadpool and Wolverine and Avengers Secret Wars, Those aren't going to be the X-Men moving forward. This is their wrap-up story. This is their conclusion, and we're moving on from there. And it's going to be extremely difficult to cast the X-Men. I'm being honest with you guys. Austin Butler as, freaking Gambit would be good. I would love to see, Keke Palmer as Rogue. It's going to be interesting to see what direction they take for the X-Men in their casting. They're definitely, I feel like they're personally going to definitely diversify the X-Men moving forward. I think that, it'd be a hugely missed opportunity if they didn't, but I also want them to stay true and honest to these characters, But I can't wait, man. I'm really hoping that this rumor is true, that Ryan Coogler is in talks to direct an X-Men film, because that would be so damn good. Like I said, he can produce Black Panther 3. There's so many great, young directors out there. Maybe you can get Barry Jenkins to direct the Black Panther 3. It's a possibility, But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Now, The Rock as Apocalypse? No. Keep The Rock away from the MCU. The Rock has been toxic lately. Look what happened with Black Adam and all the recent reports coming out how bad The Rock and his tendencies are on set, him showing up late. Why are we doing Apocalypse again if this is true? Let's lead towards Mr. Sinister or some different X-Men stories. Just like how I feel like we're not going to jump into the Dark Phoenix because we've already done that shit twice. I would never understand why, Simon Kinberg decided to do, the Dark Phoenix saga for his second film. That was just the dumbest thing to me. And Apocalypse, man, look, Oscar Isaac, he did good for his... He did what he could for whatever he was given. I definitely think that with the character being practical effects, I thought it was kind of cheesy. Apocalypse is ginormous like Thanos. He needs to be in a full-blown motion capture suit. And I don't think that The Rock was going to be, or The Rock would want to be in a full-blown motion capture suit, for the character of Apocalypse. So I'm taking this rumor, this report with a grain of salt because I just don't know. It's just The Rock. I would have been down to see The Rock play Hercules. I think we can do a full-blown Chris Hemsworth and The Rock, for a Thor 5. The Thor versus Hercules. That would have been dope. Two massive titans, you know what I mean? Because The Rock already played Hercules in his Hercules film years ago. We all know how bad that movie was. But like I said, I'm taking this with a grain of salt. How can we know that Apocalypse is even, going to be coming to the MCU when, they're still trying to find writers for X-Men and obviously, a director for X-Men. You need to flesh out his story. And I feel like if you're going to do Apocalypse, that's got to be like your massive buildup to like possibly your third X-Men film, And it's going to be so hard to introduce these X-Men. Like, do you do solo films? Do you do solo projects on Disney Plus? Like, everybody has to have their time to shine, just like this X-Men 97 show. Everybody has their time to shine, like literally. Like every episode, you feel like start off with Jubilee and why am I drawing a blank? Sunspot, then Cyclops and Jean, and then Rogue and Magneto. Like everybody's had their time to shine, and I absolutely love that. And I feel like you need to do that. You need to give that extensive care to these X-Men characters. Everybody has to have their own moments, and stay true to the core of these characters. But taking it with a grain of salt for The Rock report, you guys. And closing out the video, you guys, we got to talk about Andy Serkis returning and also directing a brand new Lord of the Rings film. Now, the hunt for Gollum is going to be interesting to me because obviously this is probably going to be before The Hobbit, which is going to be cool, which I'm fine with. I love what Andy Serkis did with the character. He's the godfather of motion capture performance, but Andy Serkis directing it has me worried. Peter Jackson is producing it. So they've probably been in talks for quite some time. So maybe that's a little bit of reassurance knowing that Peter Jackson is going to be producing this film. So he's going to be heavily involved in the project. But Andy Serkis, his last, his track record was Mowgli, which was okay. And, Venom Let There Be Carnage, which was terrible. His track record as a director hasn't been great. But this is a character he's been involved with for the last 25 years. Or 24. Now, they started production. They started pre-production on Lord of the Rings back in like 1999 or even like 1998. So it's been damn near 2 decades that he's been close and he knows this character in and out. So that could also be a great thing for Andy Serkis directing a Gollum film. I'm just excited to see more Lord of the Rings. I wasn't the biggest fan of the Rings of Power on Amazon. I watched like the first couple episodes and I was like, what is this shit? I turned it off so fast. I was like, this is not for me. It's just, that trilogy is so beloved. It's one of the greatest, if not the greatest trilogy of all time. Peter Jackson did so many great things, man. I mean, damn, cinema. Talk about cinema. That trilogy, man, was so damn well made from start to finish. You just felt the love. You felt the craft. Everything that was assembled into that trilogy. It bled through the screen and you felt it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What do you think about Andy Serkis directing a brand new Lord of the Rings film and also starring in it, bringing back the iconic character of my precious Smeagol, Gollum. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And of course, thank you guys for taking time out of your day for watching SeaWorld Productions. Peace.